Sonnen with MMA Weekly, here to show you a tip of the week. I want to demonstrate today is a great way to get into a front headlock position.
You know, is there anything that you regret along the way, and how would you address those with things and say, hey man, you know, you went beyond height, you went a little too far in some of the things you said?
Well, first off, I offer absolutely zero apologies. And secondly, listen guys, if you're not willing to go too far, you will never go far enough in life, and I don't care. I don't promote fights, I pick fights. I'm like John Jones, I sound like Sean Combs, and I got trombone-sized stones like John Holmes. I am the UFC champion. That belt is nothing more than a piece of tin when it's around Anderson Silva's waist. I am the people's champion, I am the linear champion, and I'm the best damn middleweight to ever live. No, I mean, it was spur of the moment. I saw him sitting in the crowd. You know, we've got unfinished business, and they're talking about somebody else coming in there. That this is me and him, you know, and frankly, it's me then him. In some parallel universe, you can hit a man 300 times, he wraps his legs around your head for 8 seconds, and they call him the winner. On the streets of Westland, Oregon, that is not the rules. I am the middleweight champion. I defended my championship tonight for the first time, and I am willing to give Anderson a shot at the true belt, the linear belt, the people's belt, from the best damn middleweight there's ever been. But no, I'm not in here to get the silver medal or say I one time fought in the main event in the UFC. I'm here purely to win the world championship, period. And it doesn't have a lot to do with Anderson. Getting to beat up Anderson is just a bonus. I'm after the championship belt. He's got it. We can't all get along. There can be only one champion. Okay, just one last one for Matt.
Vitor or Anderson, who would you rather face for the title?
Anderson.
Why would you rather face Anderson?
Anderson, as soon as Anderson tries to punch me, I'm going to stick my forehead in his chest, run him against the fence, pick him up, put him on the canvas, and that's the end of that round. As soon as Anderson tries to kick me, I'm going to put my forehead in his chest, run him into that fence, pick him up, put him on the ground. That's the end of that round. I am 5 strike attempts by him away from being the UFC champion. Vitor is a lot harder fight for me, style-wise. I'm going to have to fight both of those gentlemen. Win or lose in the title fight, I'm going to have to fight the other one. That's just the way this works. But I would rather have Anderson. With Anderson, I don't have to do a lot. I just got to wait for him to throw something, and he's going to have to throw something sometime.
Well, before I let you go, I've got a special question in from Damon Martin,
all right.
MMA Weekly radio host.
Sure.
Let you wipe that little drip off.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Sorry about that, guys.
That's quite all right.
Gross anyone out?
He says that if you get the shot with Anderson, if Anderson comes out on top over Vitor,
yeah,
and you get into the verbal war with him,
yeah,
are you going to request that he does it only in English?
He speaks the King's English. You should hear this guy. He's like, is there tea, anyone? Would anybody like to play cricket? He speaks the King's English, this guy. And he goes around and pretends that, you know, si habla español.
Look, we got you all worked up and you're dripping all over.
No, I'm just saying, the guy's a fraud, man. I'm going to expose him. He's not the bully of the playground when Chael's around. Trust me.
Matchup. 4 years, the UFC is full of cowards except one. 3 different weight classes Anderson's threatened, and not one of those chickens challenged him back. I challenged him for 4 years and he ducked me. I feel very glad that the opportunity's up. I don't feel good right now. I'm a little under the weather. I'm tired. I'm still tough enough to beat this guy.
So there won't be a minute of non-action as there usually is in his contest that he's been in recently.
He'll do everything he can to stall because he doesn't work very hard and he's not in shape to fight with me. So as long as he can be Michael Jackson and fight the air, he will. I can't control him. So there's no saying. But either way, this is it. Win, lose, or draw, he's getting fired on Sunday morning.
No, I would never apologize for anything. And by the way, Soros, that was not a correct interpretation. Anderson did not just say, it's easy to talk about me, try being me. He said, it's easy to talk about me, try beating me. You're not the only one in the room that speaks Portuguese, even though you act like you are. It's a step harder picking up that language than it is understanding Pig Latin.
There's two things you can do. If somebody has steroids, you can kick them out and throw them away forever. Or you can just open up an all-steroid league and let the games begin. I really don't care either way. Put it in your body, don't put it in your body. 1-on-1, 2-on-1, 5-on-1. I'll make sure they all need 9-1-1.
MMAWeekly.com. Damon Martin here with a victorious Chael Sonnen.
Damon, I've been standing here posing. You've got this little camera. I thought it was a still shot. I was smiling. I'm gonna look. What are we doing here? This is a video camera.
This is a video camera.
Well,
yeah.
I hope business picks up and you can get a real one soon. But let's continue the interview.
Well, I was gonna say, should I introduce you as the real middleweight champion?
True champion, linear champion, people's champ, and the best damn middleweight there's ever been.
Dana, you'd like to answer this afterwards as well, and ask Chael this question.
Sure, Chael will answer just fine.
Exactly. Can this really become the biggest sport in the world?
I hear that talk all the time, and statistics are a very interesting thing. I studied them in college, and they're very complicated. But I would tell you this. If you took the two greatest soccer teams in the world, and I don't know who they are, but if you took them and you put them in a venue in my hometown, nobody's coming to watch. If you took the 10 guys on this stage and our president to any venue in the world, whether it's China, our partners in Abu Dhabi, Mexico, where we're going next year, Singapore will be on January 3rd, Russia, which is being vetted right now, Germany, Ireland, the UK, which we just played, we could sell out any venue in the world with the talent that you're looking at right now. So when I hear that the UFC isn't the biggest sport in the world, I think it's very controversial on what statistics you're looking at. Pow! What do you mean what happened, Kevin? Are you talking about the night when I won the middleweight championship and they tarnished and took it from me after I whipped a man's ass for 25 minutes? He wrapped his legs around my head for 8 seconds and they declared him the winner? Is that what you're asking about? Because I'll tell you guys, it was a scene, man. This fight happened in the Bay Area. And that crowd, they were right down the middle. You had every sprite that could sashay across the bridge from San Francisco chanting, Anderson, Anderson. And you had every gangster in Oakland chanting my name. By the end of the night, the sprites and the gangsters had united, and they were all cheering for your man. Is that what you're talking about? Are you talking about the injustice they did to me over the past 7 months? My phone rings, they call me up, they say, Chael, your testosterone level's too high. I say, well, how high was it? They said 0.7. I said, what's normal? They said 0.6. I said 1/10. You're telling me I'm 1/10 higher than the average man? Retest that. You must have caught me on a low day. That's what I told them to feast their eyes and fantasize. I offer no apology. That's testosterone, ladies and gentlemen. And on top of that, what do you mean higher than the norm? Who are you comparing me to? The pink t-shirt, earring wearing guy just fought? Well, of course. They said, well, Mr. Sonnen, what are you telling us? I said, isn't it obvious what I'm telling you? Chael Sonnen is too goddamn macho for the standardized testing procedures of the California State Control Board.
Try to figure out why people keep asking for your opinion when you have not had your hand raised in almost 2 years. The time you won was against Bisping. And that's real talk, dude. Like, don't get me wrong. Dana keeps you around because you're a Fox commentator. Real talk. Because you can sell tickets. Because that's Dana's job. But Oklahoma, Daniel Cormier, Johnny Hendricks, Mark Munoz will be fighting tonight. Mo Lawal, we're all from Oklahoma. The man that's running this tournament back here, Jack Rowland, Oklahoma.
Spit it out, brother. You're putting everybody to sleep, man. I'm about to come down there and whip your ass in a second. Just to get people real talk, stupid. Speak English. I don't speak ghetto. I don't even know what real talk is. Here's real talk, though.
homie. If you don't get to the end of the line, I'm going to come down there and warm up on you before I take care of LeBron later tonight. So take those stupid sunglasses off your head, because when it's dark room,
I sell memberships.
you don't sell anything, stupid.
I sell ass whippings, son. I don't sell memberships.
You sell ass whippings? What is your name again? Who are you?
Bill Smallwood.
All I've heard is you're from Oklahoma.
Bill
Those guys are
Smallwood,
from
son.
Oklahoma State. Every name that you just dropped, let me hand them back to you, because they're not
Bill
even from where you
Smallwood, son.
said they're some. Stupid. And tell my room of fans what real talk means. Beat it. Next question.
Well, and real quickly before we get to that next question.
Question about whether Anderson was holding onto your trunks and whether that prevented you from moving the way you might have wanted to move to get away from some of the punches. Can you comment on those two things?
Yeah, Anderson grabbed my trunks, but I grabbed his right back, man. It goes both ways, and we can't sit and nitpick, you know, some of that stuff. It's a two-man sport. It's kind of like moving the chains in football. It evens itself out. What goes around comes around. If Anderson grabbed my shorts tonight, I'll grab somebody else's down the road.
If Vince McMahon put you in check to jump ship, let's say.
Oh! No, Vince McMahon made his offer. I told him he could shove it up his ass. I'm not for sale.
I can tell you, I'm going to give him a beating. And
I like it.
the tougher he talks, the more he makes me think he's not going to show up. Every time he's humble, I think he gets closer to signing the contract. But, you know, generally he grows confidence when he's got numbers on his side. I really don't know, man. But I can tell you, I will be there on July 5th. I will be headlining the show with my encore presentation coming after that. And the next day, it's going to be one of the greatest fighters of all time in Frankie Edgar taking on the two-time world champion in BJ Penn. 2 shows, 1 weekend.
Chael, we love you, man.
Thank you, brother.
You don't make fun of people, but you're really good at it, man. You're professional.
Well, I appreciate that. I don't know if that's a skill that you want to have. You should be looking for a skill to be nice to people, not to insult them quickly. But unfortunately, I've been in a couple of dust-ups like this before. I've had practice.
Now, a little birdie told me that you and Ronda had a fight in Los Angeles one night. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about it.
So Rhonda and I go to dinner, and I'm asking her a question about a foot sweep, a judo foot sweep. So in her infinite wisdom, she takes me into an empty room and begins to foot sweep me, which looks like a man and a woman are now in a fight. So the guys come out of the kitchen to break this up to protect her, and I'm trying to stop them, and I tell them, I go, she's the world champion, and she's got an Olympic medal. If you guys are here to bail somebody out, I'm the one that's stumbling around the ballroom here, but yes, that's a true story. And I could have taken her, Gareth. I just had to get my footing.
For the end of the fight, there was a knee. Was that a good legal knee?
You know, I don't make those decisions, and I hate those rules anyway. You know, I'm an old school guy before we had rounds and weight classes and all that stuff. And we're in a lot better spot now. I don't propose we should go back to that, but I don't care about legal or illegal. I can see him. I can see it coming. That's just the way it goes.
This is the man this guy I got to talk to right here, because I got something to say to him. You are the man of the hour who's too sweet to be sour, okay? The women's pet and the men's regret. The reflection of perfection, the man who got my attention, okay? The one with the greatest arms, the one with the best charms, and the one who's gonna do a lot of harm on Saturday night. But right now, it ain't about me. It's about everyone standing here right now. How do they feel standing this close to greatness? Are they not mesmerized? Are they not getting chills up and down their skinny little spines? For the first time ever, witnessing Chael Sonnen in Chael's building with Chael's people, okay? This man eats T-bone steaks. He lives barbell plates. He is sweeter than a German chocolate cake. And And all I gotta say is, when you're the greatest fighter in the world, they got the name for you. They don't call you a great fighter.
What do they call you?
They call you Chael Sonnen.
You're damn right.
Beat him if you can.
You're damn right they do. Outstanding.
It's gonna be one more in the highlight reel, one more in the win column, and one more for the bad guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, my brother, give him a hand.
Hey,
I flew him all the way in.
This book.